So this is our course information syllabus for this semester. No? So can you hear me? Can you hear me? Paki-thumbs up po kung naririnig. Okay, thank you. Thank you, thank you. So let's start. So for the course syllabus, since we are under College of Engineering, Bachelor of Science in excuse me, Mechanical Engineering, no? This is your course information syllabus. A vision, a premier national university that develops leaders in global knowledge economy. Mission, a university committed to producing leaders by providing a 21st century learning environment through innovation in education, multidisciplinary research, and community and industry partnerships in order to nurture the spirit of nationhood, propel the national economy, and engage the world for sustainable development. The course title, Fluid Machinery, course code ME411, course category under Fundamental Mechanical Engineering courses. Prerequisite ME406 or the Fluid Mechanics. So we are in a second semester of academic year 2024 to 2025, credit hours, 3-hour lecture. I will be your course instructor, Gerald Kalupik, a mechanical engineer and master plumber. The period of study, academic year 2025 to 2024 to 2025. Course rationale and description. The course is a comprehensive study of the principles and theories in of proper operation, selection, and application of the most commonly used fluid machineries such as pumps, fans, blowers, compressor, and turbines. Contract hours, we have 3-hour lectures. 3 hours lecture. No? Criteria for assessment, we have 25% for the midterm exam, 25% for final exam, 30% for quizzes, 20% for the problem set. No? For the teaching, learning, and assessment strategies, this course will be adopting blended learning mode of delivery, student-centered learning to ground student in the principles of fluid machinery. The course instructor will be available for consultation if needed. Details of assessment activities, no, scope, week, feedback mechanism is available in the TLA below. No? In our course, we have three intended learning outcomes. We have ILO 1, solve problems involving fluid properties and relationship between speed, quantity of flow, head, and power in fluid machinery. ILO2, select appropriate fluid machineries in relation to industrial application. ILO3, evaluate the performance of fluid machinery. So we have also the assessment method and distribution map. So for the midterm examination, we have 50-50 for ILO1 and ILO2. For the final examination, we have 40-60, ILO2, ILO3. For the quizzes, quiz 1 and 2, we have 50, ILO1, ILO2, and the problem set we have 30-70, which is ILO2, ILO3 respectively. No? Note all internal assessment with feedback will be available within 2 weeks after each assessment submission. right? So for your textbook, we have Fluid Machinery Application Selection designed by Gerhardt, second edition. No, it is also available to your it is also available in online, so you can download if you can, and let me know if you cannot. Also, I think from the last semester we have instructional manual. You can use that also. So for the IGA or institutional graduate attribute statement and student outcome statements, and the CDIO skills, SDG skills is already discussed to you from other courses. So let's proceed to the course policies. So for the grading system, we have a grading system adopted by this course is as follows. No, under excellent, we have 98 to 100. Superior 1.25, 94 to 97. Very good 1.5, 90 to 93, 1.75, 88 to 89, 2.0, 85 to 87, 2.25, 83 to 84, 2.5, 80 to 82, 2.75, 88, 78 to 79, 3.0, 75 to 77. Failure 5 below 70 and incomplete. Student who got computed grade of 70 to 74 will be given an appropriate remedial activity in which the final grade should be either passing or failure, right? So next is the class policy. Do we have any question before we proceed? The next course policy? None so far, so we can go to our class policy. For the class policy, prompt and regular attendance of student is required. Total unexcused absences shall not exceed 10% of the maximum number of hours required per course per semester. A semester has 18 weeks. So 10% of that, 3 times 18 times 0.10 should be the maximum number of hours, no? Or should not exceed the absences, no? Miss examination, student who fail to take the exam during the scheduled day and be given a special exam provided he or she has a valid reason. If it is health reason, he or she should provide the faculty with a medical certificate signed by attending the session. Other reasons shall be assessed first by the faculty to determine its validity. Right. Next is the miss examination. Student who fail to take exam during no academic dishonesty. Academic dishonesty includes acts such as cheating during examination or plagiarism in connection with any academic work such acts are considered major offenses and will be dealt with according to university's student norms of conduct. Drafting. Drafting must be made official by accomplishing a drafting form and submitting it at the registrar office before the midterm examination. Student who officially drop out of class shall be marked draft, whether he took the preliminary examination or not, and irrespective of their preliminary grade. A student who officially drop out the class shall be given mark. An officially drops out of the class shall be given a mark of 5.0 by the instructor. No? So for the teaching, learning, and assessment activities, we have here breakdown into nine. I think this is nine main topics. Yes, that is nine topics. So under midterm examination, we only have four topics. No, topic number one. Excuse me. Introduction to fluid machinery, classification of fluid machinery, principle of fluid flow, the topic outcome, apply basic equation of fluid mechanics and thermodynamics to solve problems involving fluid flow. So prior to prior to this topic, we should have a review or recollection of your knowledge, no, from your previous course, such as thermodynamics and fluid mechanics, no, since that is very essential information or learnings that you will uh, going to use during our course, no. So from this day, please review your thermodynamics and fluid machinery, no? I-recall ninyo yung mga formulas as well as the fundamental and derived units, no? Even the non-dimensional units, no? So for the main topic two, we have dimensional analysis as applied to fluid machinery. No? So for the topic outcome, the analyze the model and prototype relationship problems. No. Then after that, we will have our quiz. But since we have an odd scheme for the our face to face, since it requires in class quiz, we can have that on our week 5, right? So for the week 4, we can have the main topic 1, and we will cut that in the week number 5 for our quiz and continue to week 6. No, I think for the week 4, we can have the calculation of total dynamic head for sizing ng pump. Then after that, we can have the week 6 na an- analysis ng performance aspect, right? For topic 4, performance curve and cavitation of typical performance curve and cavitation avoidance. So that is the topic comprise your midterm examination. So very short lang. So it is very easy for you to pass the midterm examination as well as the quiz number 1. So if I were you, you must pass the midterm examination and quiz number 1. So there will be no problem after the midterm examination, since after midterm examination you have a lot of topics. You have 5 topics under final examination, which is the turbines, fans, blowers, and compressor, right? Okay, going back. So any question before we proceed? May question po ba sa topics? None so far, so we can proceed, no? Wait lang. So we will start our main topic one, introduction to fluid machinery, classification of fluid machinery, and principle of fluid flow. No, first, no, we will review the units. No, wait lang. Just a brief discussion on the uh, system of units from the fundamental and derived units. Wait lang. So here, no, for the dimension and units, no, may sulat pa pala. Sige, okay lang yan, may sulat. Okay, so first, ano, we let us discuss the dimension and units that will be used in this course. No, there are four fundamental dimension: the length, mass, time, and temperature. No, we can denote them with a dimension of LMT and T. No, so L for the length, mass for M, L for T for time, and temperature for another T. Right. So for the SI unit, we can have meters, kilogram, second, and Kelvin for each quantity. So, for example, we have a force. No, since we have the formula for the force, no, we can have we have an expression of M is equal to ma, right? Using the second Newton's second law of motion. No, so we can have M, which is the mass, times L, which is the length, over no T squared, which is time. No, so the dimension are mass, length, and time respectively. There are various systems measurement, but we shall use the international system, no, which is referred to as a SI, or the System International, no, which is referred and is used internationally, but except, of course, of US. No, since US is using the British system of units, or the English units. No, okay. So next is the derived units. So we on for the derived units, we have a quantity of area, volume, no, velocity, density, pressure, work, uh, power, viscosity, and flow rate. No, under area, we have dimension of L squared, length times length, or length times width. But since we denote that the dimension is L for the length, or in terms of meter, we can have L squared. For the volume, we can have L cube, which is the unit of m cube. No? For the velocity, L over t, or length over time, we can have m over s. No? Meter per second. For the density, we have mass over the volume. So your dimension will be the m over l cube, or kilogram per meter cube. No? For the pressure, we have a Newton per square meter, or force over area. For the pressure, we can have Pascal, right? For the dimension, you have M, mass over LT, right? For the work, no, we have work ML squared over T squared, or Newton meter, right? For the power, we have ml squared over T cube. We have joule per second, or watt. For viscosity, we have mass over LT, or Newton times second per meter squared. And the flow rate or the volume over time or volume per unit time, we can have cubic meter per second. But basically, we will not contain our discussion with the SI unit, but we can have English units since some of our equipment here in the Philippines are measured by English units, such as the HP for the pumps, for the blower, for the blowers, we can have also the CFM, no? Right? So, for the motor, basically, mga naka-HP din siya, no? So, basically, we can use both system of units for the SI and the uh, English units or the British system of units. Okay. So, also, we have the non-dimensional quantity. Please, please recall this from your thermodynamics, physics, and I think some of those are used in mechanics. No, what is the non-dimensional quantity? No, a non-dimensional quantity has no unit but only a number. The common dimensionless parameters in fluid mechanics and hydraulic machine are identified as follows. For the Euler number, we have the formula for the Euler number of what? Pressure force over the initial force. So we can derive U is equal to change in pressure over what? Density times P squared, right? For the Reynolds number, we can have the inertial force over the viscous force. So we can have the Reynolds number formula. No? For the Fronde number, we can have the inertial force over the of gravity force. No? We can have P over square root of LG. For the Mach number, we can have inertial force over the compressibility force, no? So we can get V over C. Okay. Then for the Weber number, we have the inertial force over the what? Ano ang formula natin ng Weber number? Paano siya na-derive? Weber number is inertial force over the surface tension force. For the Strouhal number, we have the centrifugal force over the inertial force. No? Please be please review your non-dimensional quantity because that is very significant or very helpful on us for us to study the flow of the fluid. No? For example, no, for the viscous force, no, very important siya with the pipe flow as well as the Reynolds number. No? For the Euler number, ano ba yung usage niya? Useful din siya for the flow of fluid in pumps, no? Where the pressure drop is significant, right? For the Mach number naman, ginagamit siya for, specifically for what? For the flow over aerofoils in aircraft, no? Basically, this non-dimensional quantity is very useful, no? Even on the designing of prototypes from models, no? If you will have your thesis, no, you can use this also these numbers, no? So you can save a lot of time, money, and effort, no? Because some of the models, no, uh, models are prepared in a laboratory and tested, no? You can have your prediction, hypothesis, the think the performance and testing and commissioning values in a prototype. So once you have already the prototype, you can have that applied to a large machine such as yung mga hydraulic machines in the power station as well as in the construction, even in the construction of hydroelectric power plant. Very essential yan. Hindi naman agad-agad when you are designing a hydroelectric power plant and even the power station, hindi naman agad-agad magko-construct siya ng ganun, a massive infrastructure. They have a prototype, in a laboratory, in a controlled environment. Okay. So next is the pressure scale, in fluid mechanics or in thermodynamics, that the pressure results from a normal compressive force acting on an area, right? So we can have the pressure. P is defined as the force per unit area. In SI unit, the unit of measurement of pressure is Newton per square meter or Pascal. No, since ang Pascal is a small unit, the pressure is usually referred as a kilopascal and even in a megapascal. Even if you used your steam table, you can have your megapascal and kilopascal, right? So, in understanding, I have here the illustration of your pressure scale. No, marami din na nalilito dito when getting the pressure head. No, minsan may hindi nakakakuha nung pressure. No, since mali yung kanilang interpretation. Since wait lang ha. Okay, for the pressure, the gauge pressure or the pressure gauge is pressure recorded in a gauge or manometer. No? In engineering calculation, the absolute pressure is used and convert from gauge pressure to absolute pressure. No, so for the absolute pressure, we can have the up to the point A if you can have the illustration. Point A. So if you will derive the formula, we have P absolute, or the absolute pressure is equal to the atmospheric pressure plus the pressure gauge or the gauge pressure. No, so if we are given with the gauge pressure, you need to add the standard atmospheric pressure. But no, if you are given with the altitude, with the altitude, and you are not given by the standard for example, you are given with the gauge pressure, but and as well as you are given by a altitude, no. So you need to have the pressure, pressure, standard atmospheric pressure. Meron yan. For the zero altitude, you can have the 101.325 or 101.3 and 760 mmHg or 1.013 bar. But if you are given with the 500, different ano na yun, pressure. Different na ang atmospheric pressure doon, right? So we will going to have the table if we are given with the altitude. No? Okay. Paano po sir kapag ang gauge is negative? So ang absolute pressure natin kapag negative, it is considered as a vacuum, right? So dp absolute will be what? Atmospheric pressure minus the gauge pressure. So your absolute pressure is below the standard atmospheric pressure since you have the point B for the negative pressure. No? Please be familiar with this. No? So in fluid properties, we have I think we have four fluid properties. So under that we have a specific weight or density, no? And fluid property is state of matter in which the molecules are relative free to change their position with respect to each other but restricted by cohesive forces as to maintain a relative fixed volume. But if you have a fluid or liquid, since liquid occupies no the shape of the vessel, no? So in this section, no, or in this topic, we are have a more common fluid properties, no. So under this, we have density and fluid specific weight. Fluid density is defined as a mass per unit volume. A fluid property directly related to density is specific weight or weight per unit volume. So we have the formula for the density. Rho is equal to mass over volume. So please remember this formula. Also for the specific weight, we have weight over volume. So gamma is equal to mg over v or rho times g. So, sir, minsan po kasi given ay specific gravity. So, ang specific gravity po is open used to determine the density of liquid. No? So, it is identified or defined as the ratio of density of the fluid to that of water. So, we can have the S or the specific gravity, Sg is equal to density of liquid over density of water. No? So basically, no, ang specific gravity can be measured by the hydrometer. For example, I will be you will be given a specific gravity, no, specific gravity derived or from a hydrometer, no. Possible we will use some fluid other than water. Basically, mga Newtonian fluid naman yung gagamitin natin, no? Like alcohol, ethyl, benzene, gasoline, glycerin, kerosene, no? And oil, no? Mm, Minsan turpentine, no? But kalimitan water naman. I will also give the table, no, for the properties of common liquid at atmospheric pressures, no? If ang given natin ay hindi water, right? Any question po before we proceed to another properties? If wala na, remind ko lang kayo, no? Ang specific gravity ng water at standard condition, we have the density na 1,000 kilogram per cubic meter, no? For the specific weight, please be reminded to use the 9.81 Newton per cubic meter, right? And the specific gravity of water is 1. No? Okay. Next, let me blank. So we have viscosity, no? In viscosity, we have shear stress, no? Shear stress are developed when the fluid is in motion. If the property of the liquid move relative to each other so that they have different velocity, causing the original shape of the fluid to become distorted. A fluid at rest has no shearing forces. The fluid in contact with the boundary sticks to it and therefore will have the same velocity as the boundary, right? So since we are given with the this velocity profile, we can denote that the if we will going to consider the successive layers parallel no to the boundary as shown in this figure no, so we have the velocity of the fluid no varies from layer to layer in y direction no. Okay. So we can have the formula for tau or shear stress no, since you have a change in u in with respect to y no, kita ba? In every u or in every dynamic velocity you have a change no, we have delta u du, right? So we can have the tau is the shear stress and u is the velocity no, ano or the dynamic viscosity. The du over dy is what? The velocity gradient. No? Since yun yung laging may change kayo no, with respect to y. Okay? Pero ang unit natin ng tau or the shear stress is equal lagi sa Newton over meter squared or Pascal. No? Paano kapag given tayo ng ano, kinematic viscosity or V? No? Ano lang siya ha, ratio lang siya ng dynamic viscosity to the density. So we can have, wait lang, connect ko lang yun. We can have yung kinematic viscosity. Ang kinematic viscosity natin is equal to V, which is dynamic viscosity over uh, density lang. Ah, kapag hinahanap is yung kinematic viscosity, you can have V is equal to U over density. I will going to incorporate that in this slide. I will type para hindi masyadong magulo yung presentation. Okay? Sir, para saan yung viscosity? Bakit na need natin i-discuss yan? No? So, viscosity is extremely no, important in fluid property no, in the study of fluid flows. No? For example, we can have a honey. No? 'Di ba high viscous siya, high yung viscosity niya. So, it takes a long time no, to flow and compared with water. No? Thus, it controls the amount of fluid that can be transported in the uh, pipeline. So, possible magkaroon nga ng clogging. So, there will be, if high viscous yung fluid natin na ginamit, so we will have the pressure and energy losses in pipe. So, basically, ang need lang naman natin na gamitin is yung mga Newtonian fluid, right? So, ano yung mga Newtonian fluid, 'no? Baka ano yon? Anong give example ng Newtonian fluid? Any idea from the class? May idea po ba kayo from your previous, course? Ano yung Newtonian fluid? So, ang Newtonian fluid, 'no, that is, considered as a common fluid, 'no, such as water, air, oil, 'no? For non-Newtonian fluid, 'no, which is not obeying the Newtonian law of viscosity, 'no, such as milk, plastic, paints, 'no, that is the non-Newtonian fluid, yung mga milks, 'no, plastic and paints. Okay. Okay, the surface tension. The surface tension is a force which manifests itself only in liquid and an interface, usually a gas, liquid or gas interface. Surface tension has a unit of force per unit length, no? Or we can have Newton per meter. The force due to surface tension is surface tension multiplied by the length or the circumference in case of a bubble or droplet of water. Since fluid yung ating ginagamit, no, there will be a case na magkaroon ng surface tension. So equating both forces, no, equating both forces, the pressure force exerted in a droplet, ito yon yung nasa gitna. The center is the what? The pressure force exerted in a droplet. No? So, pag siya is bumalik, ano yon? Yung force due to surface tension. No? Ito yung surface tension multiplied by the circumference. No? So, we can have F is equal to 2 pi times the radius times the surface or the sigma. No? Okay. Then, kapag siya is pressure, no? Force, yung ito, yung nasa gitna, P is, force is equal to P times pi times R squared. No? In getting the force, we can have P is equal to what? 2 sigma over R, right? Or 2 times the surface tension times the radius, right? Baka hindi pa alam yung ano ha, circumference. No? 2 pi r. Okay. Next, properties. No? Fluid properties. We have the capillary action. No? The capillary action, the rise of liquid in a excuse me, clean glass, no capillary tube due to surface tension. The liquid makes a contact with the angle beta. Here, ito ha, papasok yung fluid doon sa ah, tube, capillary tube, no? Siyempre magkakaroon siya ng labis. So, that or force that will be uh, through a contact with angle beta, no? So, for the water and most liquid, this angle is zero, no? Whereas for mercury, it is more than 90 degrees, no? Such liquid have a capillary drop instead of rise if H is capillary rise, no? And the D is the diameter of the tube and the P is density or the rho is the density of the liquid and Sigma is the surface tension. Then the capillary rise, H, can be determined from equating the vertical component, no, of the surface tension and the weight of the liquid column. No? Laging force, no, yung ating titingnan. So we can have capillarity rise is equal to 4 sigma cosine beta over uh, specific weight times the diameter. No? Basically, if you are familiar with the figure, you can have your free body diagram and derive the formula. So, if hindi nyo masasaulo, as long as you are familiar with the figure, you can derive the capillary rise. No, even in the surface tension, you can derive also. Next is the compressibility and the Mach number. So, as the fluid or air or water compressed pressure increased, no, compressed pressure increase resulting in increase in density. The coefficient of compressibility is defined as the change in pressure relative, no, to relative change in density while the temperature remains constant. Right? So we can have the coefficient of compressibility is the change of pressure over the change in what? Partial differential partial derivative of the density. So we can have density times the partial derivative of P with respect to density. No? For the speed of sound, no, is related to change in pressure and density of fluid medium through the equation of C is equal to what? Square root of KRT. No? So that is for the gases undergoing an isentropic process. So K is the coefficient of no, sa isentropic process and R is the universal gas constant. We can use the C for getting the Mach number. So C is the ratio or the Mach number is the ratio of velocity of the fluid to the local velocity, no, of sound. So if you got the M is less than by 1, it is subsonic. For supersonic, M will be greater than 1, transonic is equal to 1, and hypersonic is more than 5. M is equal M is greater than 5. Any question? May question po ba? Check ko lang hanggang anong oras tayo. Hanggang 11:30. So, may question pa po ba? Tomorrow we will have a sample problems for this fluid properties, no? For the pressure, even the capillary action, no? May question pa po ba before we end this class? Basically, this is just an introduction and a review of your thermodynamics and fluid mechanics. Any question before we end? Yes. Yes po.
Sir, regarding po sa F2F, may possibilities po bang malipat siya ng Sunday?
I think wala na kasi that is already final yung schedule. Since ang challenge kasi is sa classroom allocation. So, kung ano po yung nakalagay dun sa ating portal, we can utilize that. So, during weekend, your schedule will be, check ko lang ha, will be 309. Ano ba subject? O6 kayo, no?
Yes po, sir.
So, add MLab 2, 11, 10 to 11:30. Kasi meron kayong subject ng Sunday and yung akin lang ba yung ano?
In terms po sa akin, kayo lang po yung F2F ng Sabado. Like, kayo lang po
Hmm.
yung subject
Oo,
ko
oo,
talaga.
lahat ng subject ko ata is lahat ng class ko under fluid machinery is Saturday yung binigay sa akin na face-to-face class. Then the rest, lahat yan is odd. Then even and yung Sunday is uh, online class. Kasi naka-plot ata
Uh,
siya sa classroom allocation.
Sir, ask ko lang po.
Yes, please.
Sa classmates po kasi, wala po kasi yatang nagagawa ng GC ng O6 po, ng Flumax Messenger.
We can utilize the ano naman, the classroom if you have questions. Sino bang class representative ninyo? Wala pa?
Hindi po
Sinong
sure, sir, kasi parang halo-halo po.
halo-halo kayo from pero lahat kayo is second take? Sinong first take? Please raise your hand. May first take ba dito? Wala? Sige, discuss natin kung sino yung magiging class representative ninyo next face-to-face class. So, para tayo ay properly guided.
Okay po, sir. Thank you po.
Pero screenshot ko lang yung ano. Pero lahat kayo ay ano, second taker or repeater from last semester? Lahat? Walang first take? Anong first take? Wala? Ikaw first take? First take, first take. Tatlo? Okay, sige, sige. Sige, pag-usapan natin next meeting kung ano yung magiging arrangement. So, I think for the problem set, siguro hindi ko na i-record yung notebook kasi nagiging ano, tumatagal yung submission. So, possible mag-bond paper na lang tayo. And natatamba kasi sa faculty room pag naka-notebook. After I check, siguro I can return na para ma-review nyo din during your exam. Okay. Any question pa? May question pa po ba? If wala na, we can end the class and let's have a discussion tomorrow for the solve problem involving thermodynamics and fluid mechanics. Okay? Thank you and goodbye. Thank you.
Thank you po, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you
Thank
po.
you po, sir.
Thank you
Thank
po,
you.
sir.
Thank you.